Hello and welcome back to the world of the spirit consciousness. This is a continuation of the book study session on the astral body and other astral phenomena. We are now towards the very end of the 17th module, which deals with development of astral powers. In this particular video, we shall be discussing the other factors. So we've already discussed developing astral powers with primitive psychism, activating astral powers using the Lockic and the Lokatra way, about using the astral powers and the caveats in the use of clairvoyant or astral powers. Coming into some other factors as discussed in the book. So again, this has been subdivided into 5 topics. Some locations are advantageously placed. Freedom from personal bias is important. Recording astral sites. Connection between the astral and Buddhic planes. And a universally preached method to develop clairvoyance. So coming to the first part, some locations are more suited for occult practices than other locations. For instance, California has an extremely dry climate and has a lot of electricity in the air. This atmosphere is conducive for development of clairvoyance. A temperature not lower than 80 degrees is needed by some psychics in order to work most efficiently. Some work well only in a temperature lower than that. Freedom from personal bias is important. Since a trained clairvoyant can see a person's astral body, naturally no one can conceal themselves and they are visible exactly as they are to any unbiased observer. It is important to mention unbiased because an individual sees another through the filter of his or her own vehicles, like seeing a scenery through colored glass. Till the person doesn't factor this influence in his or her readings, she or he is likely to see in another individual those characteristics which they themselves respond to most eagerly. One needs practice to be free from such an inaccuracy created by his or her personal bias to enable oneself to observe correctly and clearly. So recording astral sights. So majority of psychics who get occasional insights into the astral world and the communicating entities at spiritualistic seances are unsuccessful in registering the complexities of the astral world as elaborated in this book. This is because only after a very long experience people can view things on the astral plane as they are. Those who can fully see are still too confused to comprehend, remember, or translate the astral memories into physical language. Only a few untrained psychics tend to scientifically investigate their visions. Many of them receive an impression which may be accurate, only half true, or completely misleading. As we have seen earlier, the playful astral dwellers often play pranks which an untrained person is defenseless against. So the connection between the astral and Buddhic planes. So emotions provide motivation, but the power to guide comes from wisdom and stability. The astral and the Buddhic planes are closely associated, and the astral body is a reflection of the Buddhic in certain ways. The Christian Mass is an example of the close connection between the astral and the Buddhic planes. So when the consecration of the host takes place, a force is emanated which is strongest in the Buddhic plane and also strong in the higher mental world. The activity of this force is also noted in the first, second, and third astral subplanes, though this could possibly be a reflection of the mental or an effect of sympathetic vibration. This impact can be experienced by people who are still very away from the church. A huge wave of spiritual peace and strength sweeps over the entire area, although several people wouldn't relate it with the celebration of Mass. The deliberate devotion of each person during the celebration produces an impact which is proportionate to the devotion along with the force mentioned above. When the host is uplifted, a fire like ray shoots out from it and causes the higher part of the astral body to glow immensely. Since the Buddhic plane is closely associated to the astral plane, the former also has a strong impact. Hence, the Buddhic and the astral bodies affect and respond to each other. So, when the benediction is given with the blessed sacrament, a similar impact takes place. So, now let us quickly discuss a universally preached method to develop clairvoyance. So there is one more method of developing clairvoyance which is preached by all the religions. If this method is chosen carefully and with devotion, it is absolutely harmless for humans. This method is meditation. Through meditation, a very high kind of clairvoyance may be developed. The Other Side of Death by Leadbeater gives a brief description of the processes included in meditation on pages 469 to 476. The same is also given in several other books. Meditation can help one develop utmost sensitivity. Meditation can also help achieve perfect health, sanity, and balance at the same time. So this brings us to an end of the other factors and to the development of astral powers itself. So the next module is clairvoyance in space and time. Stay tuned.